Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make a carrot ginger soup. I happened to think of this today when I used to work overseas in West Africa. The Hess canteen that we would eat at once in a while would have this carrot ginger soup, and I just loved it. So we're going to try to mimic it today. I remember talking to the chef there, and I think I kind of remember at least the main ingredients. I don't know the exact proportions, but we'll figure it out. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I got a pound of carrots, just any fresh carrots. I definitely get the regular carrots. I've tried making this with the little short carrots, and there's just not enough carrot flavor in those, I don't think. So I'm going to use the full carrots. We're going to skin them, cut both ends off, slice them into just nice little bite-sized pieces like you'd be eating. You don't want them too thick because they'll cook better. We're going to cook them down and then put them through a food processor. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and skin these things and we'll start cooking. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I've got my carrots chopped up, and seeing the biggest ones are big chunks. I'll test these to make sure they're tender. If that's tender, then all the rest of them will be. So I've got my kind of a soup pan, and I've got some butter in here. You can use olive oil if you want. I'm going to melt this butter down. I've got one medium onion. Actually, mine was very large, so I only used about 3/4 of it. And again, just very roughly chopped. All this stuff's going to go through the food processor, so you don't have to have it finely chopped. I've got 4 cloves of garlic that again I peeled and just roughly chopped. This is optional. I've got half of a large jalapeno. If you can find a small one, that would be better. Seeded, the ribs taken out, and again roughly sliced. I just thought that would kind of spice it up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna saute these onions until they're nice and soft. And then let's go ahead, we'll go ahead and throw in our pound of carrots. That'll help them cook a little bit. So I guess because I put those carrots in there, probably do this for 7 to 10 minutes, just to make sure those onions are nice and soft. Okay, our onions are nice and tender. So now I'm going to add 1 quart of chicken broth. You can use vegetable broth if you want to. And because this is carrot ginger soup, I have some fresh grated ginger. This has got to be probably 2 tablespoons. You don't want to go skimpy on this because that really adds a lot of nice, good flavor. All right, so we're gonna heat this up till it starts to boil. Then we're gonna turn it down and simmer until all the carrots, you pick one of those big thick carrots and make sure it's nice and tender. I'm assuming it's gonna be 15-20 minutes. Make sure it's on a low simmer so you don't evaporate all your chicken broth. We'll come back in 20 minutes and start processing this through the food processor. And I'm going to cover this just so that we keep as much soup in there so we don't lose it in the evaporation. All right, so I removed the lid. I've tasted one of the thicker ones here, and it's pretty tender. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of let this cool down. If you put this hot soup mix into a food processor, you could get pressure and leaking, and I'll have soup all over the kitchen. So I'm going to turn the burner off and Just let this sit here maybe 15 more minutes till it cools off a little bit. Okay, I hope it's cooled off enough. So I'm going to transfer, I'm probably not going to be able to get the whole pot in here. I'm going to have to do this 2 or 3 times and blend it and then put it into a separate pan. Maybe fill it halfway. All right, we're going to start just by pulsing, and then we'll blend it till it's a nice, nice and smooth. All right, let's see what this looks like. So yeah, that turned out good. It's nice and creamy and smooth. We'll do our next batch. Okay, second batch done. What I'm gonna do is pour this back into the smaller pan. All right, so I got it back in my soup pan. I'm gonna heat this up a little bit. And what I wanna do for some extra little flavor, and I could have done this while I was cooking the carrots, but I didn't. I've got 2 orange rinds. I've sliced an orange and then took 2 of the slices and just have the rind. I'm gonna put this in the soup to get a nice little orange flavor. And I can't seem to find my glass measuring cup, so I'm gonna add in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Just gonna give it a nice, creamy, smooth taste. Now what you could have done, and what I almost did, if you had some coconut milk or even better, coconut cream, I think that would give it a outrageous taste. But for today, we'll just use regular whipping cream. Hoping these oranges give it a nice little light taste. Okay, because I want these oranges to really give it some flavor, again, I'm going to put it on extremely low, maybe even less than simmer, for about 10 minutes, and just kind of let, hopefully this orange will soak in here a little bit. All right, so let's dish this up. I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and same with pepper. We'll put just a little dollop of sour cream, a little garnish. Looks great. Okay, here we are. I'll just use the same spoon. Oh, you know, that orange was only in there for a few minutes. It really has a nice, gave it a nice flavor. Creamy, smooth. The sour cream on top even added a little bit more creaminess. And it's just slightly spicy, so that jalapeno, it's not overbearing, it's not, you know, too hot. Oh wow, I love this. Very good. So, carrot ginger soup. You know what, with coconut cream in there, I think it would even put it over the top. So, you may want to try putting coconut milk or coconut cream instead of just the heavy cream. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. And thank you very much.